Next, we'll talk again about mantras. These are things that are going to make you slow down, regain awareness, and recalibrate to your desired outcome based on the new information. Some examples of mantras. It's okay to be who I am. I am lovable and I can be loved. I am enough. I don't need to change anything special. I never need to apologize for being myself. Don't leave any room in your body for negative thoughts. Constantly try to be coming up with different ways to talk about yourself and what you're doing positively. Practice that, and it's really going to leave no room for negativity. Remembering is sometimes difficult for atypicals, so it's important that we spend extra time and effort trying to make a strong memory in the first place. And there are several ways to do that. First, pause or slow down. Take the time that it takes and give the attention required to form a lasting memory. Next, repeat something about the situation that seems important to you or some kind of marker several times to yourself. Run through it in your head several times. Take that extra repetition. Saying something 3 times in a row, there's a reason they do it in marketing with phone numbers or web addresses. It helps us remember. Next is sensory visualization. Obviously, a smell can be strongly tied to memory, so be open to the texture of things. Run through what something feels like, sounds like several times in your head, maybe with your eyes closed. Make a picture of what you want to remember in your mind and focus on recreating the details of each one of your senses. This also can help from an emotional sort of memory. You can focus on the emotions surrounding a memory and sort of use that as a marker to retain a stronger memory of that situation, much like you can use your senses. Novel association, you can associate what you want to remember with another thing. So one of the most common ones that I talk about is parking in a strange parking place or at an angle, or just remembering the light pole that was near you, but taking one thing and hooking it to another thing. In this case, your parking place can be a really important way to find your car. And it can help with loads of other things, especially with their location where you put things down. Similar to that is hooking information onto other things, but I like to use little mnemonic devices when I hook information. So for instance, if I'm trying to remember someone's name, I might associate the first letter of their name with something else. Larry Lamb. And now I remember that guy's name is Larry. Or a rhyme, Sean Pawn. So now I remember that guy's name is Sean because I think of the chess piece whenever I see that guy. The next one is mind palaces. This is kind of like your inner castle in a way, but it expands further, and it's a mnemonic device that is also called the method of loci. And this is when you visualize the things you need to remember sort of as objects, and you imagine putting those objects around a room or in a palace in your mind. And maybe each room has a different object, or the rooms are themed around different types of information you need to remember. But you can then visualize the things in that room, like a green lampshade on a tall lamp that's flickering, and I can put my dentist appointment time on the table next to that lamp. So now I have a memory strongly associated with that piece of information, and each morning or each evening before I go to bed, I can sort of wander through my mind palace and say, oh yeah, these are those important little things that I placed in that room. And that can be a great way to remember things. And then of course, routines. This is just another way of saying repetition, but take it from your short-term memory and dump it into your long-term memory by using a routine. And that's really the best way for you to remember something long-term.